Good evening, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I must really apologize for this review coming up very late at this point right now, Well, things got complicated with work for me. Like, I will be getting 2 days off, per 2 days off per week, but it can vary because last week I had Monday and Tuesday off, and that's how I managed to get my M3 review on early on time, and I thought that might be it. But things are gonna change around a bit. I mean, I will get certain days off and so forth, and things are gonna get complicated in the end, and I really must apologize for that. But yeah, I can't control it. My boss is just like here and there, and there's nothing I can do about it. If anything else, like when I watch this episode, I mean, we get a little good enough backstory of understanding, and so forth, and so on, and pretty much yeah. I mean, when I looked at this episode, had some understanding, but if anything else, let's keep going. Okay, at the beginning, we have there is a plan to be involved with Haito and Akashi to go into the lightless realm to go retrieve some kind of recoveries data, But that thing was in the lightless realm, and there was some kind of major things to involve, And this involves about Aoshi, which is Akashi's brother, to be there, and he died over there, And by that time, as the episode continues on, we end up seeing I end up seeing, how am I supposed to say it? Akashi and Akashi's friend Iwato to talking to him. He says, "Everything alright, man? I mean, you don't seem too well." And Akashi says, "I'm gonna go out for a walk, for a little bit." And by that time, we see that Raika decides to leave the girls' room to go work out, and that's about it. And later, Haito is just sitting there as a soulless person, not doing really anything, And by that time, we get to see Miharu or something, or Mamu, writing her journal or diary, in other words. And of course, Sasami ends up going out to do something, probably, and so forth. And of course, Akashi ends up talking to this woman about something that involves the Argent or the Reaper in other cases. And later, as it continues on and progresses, we see that Akashi ends up seeing Sasami and starts to talk to her for a bit. And by that time, after a little talk, I think Sasami wants to say something, but something showed up on her arm, and it's the same coloring that Imiru had, And this actually became very ugly and worse in the end, because right now she's now the next victim to actually die or be an admonition, probably. I don't know, but it's really, really now getting down about this corpse song, and then you will die in a couple days or something, that kind of thing. Guess it's starting to be true a bit. And by that time, let's see here, Sasami ends up going to where Raika is, and she says she couldn't do anything, ends up tearing up, And by that time, they get ready to go to the lightless realm, and there was an ammunition attack attacking on Akashi, and Haito saves him by blasting him. And right there, they thought he was gonna shoot him because he's crazy, But no, they end up entering the lightless realm, but was told to get out in 2 hours because your psyche is gonna be screwed up if you don't get out of there in 2 hours, And by that time, they enter the lightless realm, and somehow communications get cut off in the end, and we get to see a backstory of Haito, He had a teddy bear, and he realized that teddy bear is his, and then he ends up running, and I think he might have pissed his pants or something, but he was always alone in solitude, and that's what Haito wanted, and he thanked Imiru for that, for leading him there, And ammunition comes up, and don't know what's happened to him, and then later we end up seeing Akashi finding some memories of Aoshi, and that Reaper had memories of Aoshi in the end, and you see an ammunition of a copied Reaper in front of Akashi, and they end up fighting, and unfortunately Akashi's Reaper went back into normal mode or something, or should I say resting mode, and ends up running away. And then we see a girl at the end right there after that, the same old girl that might have rode the Reaper, the corpse, or something. And after that, like, that's about it. I mean, I don't know what's going on right now, but we got a little backstory about Aoshi's brother, which is Akashi's brother, and Isaku Haito in the end. Overall, this thing is still like confusing to me, but hopefully I can understand in the end. I am Alpha 04. I'll be cutting out in the evening, and if anything else, like I'll give you guys other updates in the end. Alright, later. Goodbye.